Good morning, everybody. Claudia McMullin here from Hugo Coffee Roasters. We are in the middle of yet another fantastic online fundraiser. This time it's to support the organization CAWS that is located in Salt Lake City. Is that right? And this is Alicia Lopez with CAWS. Good morning, Alicia. How are you?
Good morning, Claudia. I'm doing well. Thank you. How are you doing today?
Fantastic. And let me tell you what else is fantastic. The fundraiser, how it's going so far. We have done a number of these, and CAWS has some fantastic followers who jumped right in and immediately started buying coffee, and we're thrilled. We are so excited about this. So, in particular, shout out to Melissa Lipiani and Tuggy Tugboat and Miss Janky Pickles, because they did a great post yesterday, which was really cute and had a lot of traction. So yay, keep this up. We need to keep this going. So Alicia, let's talk a little bit about CAWS. First of all, let's tell the Hugo fans, I know the CAWS fans already know this, but let's tell the Hugo fans, what does CAWS stand for and what do you guys do?
Yeah, great question. So CAWS stands for Community Animal Welfare Society. Mm-hmm. So we are a strictly volunteer-based organization based here out of Salt Lake City. Where we really focus on bringing in domestic animals from local shelters. Mm-hmm. And by local, we don't mean just here in the Wasatch Front area. That can be anywhere from Four Corners, Texas, New Mexico, Arizona, wherever they can possibly be. Really focus on bringing high-risk animals and giving them a second chance at life.
That's wonderful. Now, is it foster-based or a combination of foster-based and a brick-and-mortar adoption center?
Great question. Yeah, we're actually solely foster-based. We are the state's largest foster-based organization. We do not have any type of brick-and-mortar facility or shelter. We actually we have about 300 foster homes throughout the entire state that work with our animals to bring them in and give them a good place. We do have occasionally some runoff where they may go into boarding for a little bit, but we really try to actively keep as many of the animals in foster homes as much as possible. We truly believe that that's where they get the most healing and support is in a loving home.
Yes, absolutely. And how many animals are you rescuing and finding their forever homes annually?
Oh, wow. It varies, obviously. COVID was a hard year for most things, but it was actually a great year for fostering. Yeah. We definitely had an uptick. We average about 1,200 dogs and cats that we adopt out every single year.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, so far for 2021, we're just barely into the beginning of April, and we've already adopted out over 100 animals so far.
That's fantastic. So when you say you are you focus on challenged, or you talking about medically needing dogs and cats?
It's primarily, we bring in all types, specifically from euthanasia shelters, but we really put a lot of focus on seniors, sick, mothers with neonatal puppies and kittens, or even injuries.
Mm-hmm. And how many volunteers are in the organization, not including the fosters? Like how many people are working in your organization?
That is a really good question. It's really hard for us to pinpoint that number just because it is such a broad number and everything is so.
And you probably also have like a roster to choose from.
Yeah, and it kind of fluctuates. I mean, we even have fosters who will go kind of inactive for a little bit and then pop up a little bit later. We're probably sitting around 1,000 volunteers at any given time.
That's fantastic. So tell us about some of the programs that CAWS has.
So CAWS has primarily 3 different programs. The first, of course, is our main one everybody knows so much about, the dog and cat adoption program.
Sure.
Really bringing those animals in from high-risk shelters and then adopting them out, finding them the perfect home. Mm-hmm. With our adoption program, we strive to make sure we find the best possible home for each animal, which means that it's not always first come, first serve. All of our fosters go through and thoroughly review every application that comes through, provide greets and hopefully find the best home for those animals. The other 2 we have is our flagship trap TNR, trap neuter.
Yep.
So that's actually what got CAWS going, as the founders were working with community cats and helping to control that population.
How long has CAWS been around?
About a little over 25 years. So I think it's 27 years this year.
Yeah, I think CAWS came across my radar in 2010, 2011 because of your TNR program. When I was running Nuzzles and Company, we were doing TNR as well, but we didn't have it nailed in the way you guys do. Like you guys have TNR nailed. And I think so just for those who don't understand what trap, neuter, release means, can you explain a little bit about what a TNR program is?
Absolutely. So it's really working on those community cats, those areas where you see, large amounts of strays. We call them community cats. So we'll put out traps, catch them, get them up to date, give them any medical needs if necessary, and primarily spay or neuter them to help control that population and release them. There are occasions where some of those cats are not good fits to be released back in, and we'll try to see if we can find them a foster home. Really, a community cat is typically going to stay a community cat. So at least we
and when you say community cat, you're really talking like for the general population base. You're referring to like what most people would understand to be a feral cat, right?
Exactly. Yes.
Or like a barn cat.
Yes.
Right. A wild cat.
Yeah, you'll usually see them in like almost like a herd of some sort where they group together in little colonies. Yeah.
So that was 2 programs. What's your third program?
Our last one is our low income release program. So this is a program that we have. It's not as well known, but we really try to focus because it obviously is finances. The low income program, we help support those in need that are lower income for small medical assistance. So if anything 300 or less, they can apply for assistance. We'll look at the program and see if we have that ability to help the family to really make sure that we can focus on making sure the animal is still well taken care of in times of hardship where it's not necessarily a continual problem.
Sure. You know what? One thing that I wanted to mention, because you brought it up earlier with your foster and adoption program, the rigorous application process from which to find a forever home. If then a doctor comes along and goes through the process and doesn't necessarily get picked, I want you to talk a little bit about how important it is, because people get offended when they don't get picked. But the fact is, this business of ours, of saving animals, the most important thing is the animal, right? And finding that animal the right home. And we hate offending people, but if it's not a good fit, it's not a good fit.
Exactly. And it's never a personal decision. It's never even, it may not even be that we don't think you're a good fit for an animal.
Right.
It's not that one. We do have very strict requirements that we hold to. One of which is the requirement for all of our animals are spayed or neutered, and we will only adopt if there are resident animals. They have to be spayed and neutered as well. Yes. That is a very strict requirement that we have, that we will not bypass that. Additionally, the great thing about having a foster-based system is we really get to know these foster animals. We get to know them if they'd be good with cats, with dogs, if they need to be the only one, or if they need multiple animals in the home, kids, whatever the case may be, if they're going to have separation anxiety and need somebody who's home all the time.
Right.
So we really evaluate all of these different situations. A doctor may be a great fit for one particular cat, but not for another, depending on the workload. Likewise, there are some times where we have animals, especially with COVID, that have extreme separation anxiety. So we'll specifically look for, an adopter that is home frequently or all the time. It just varies. And we really try to take that into consideration.
Yep.
And if you're not a great fit for this animal, we'll often put out referrals and, okay, I've got this great adopter that they're not a good fit for this dog, but I think they'd be a fantastic one who's got somebody who's got a dog that fits these needs. And all of the fosters really pull together to try to make sure we can find something that's the best fit.
I think it's just such an important message that it's not personal. Our job is to find the right home for the animal, to find the right forever home for the animal, because there's been, publicized issues, with where people take a dog and then it doesn't fit and they give it to another person, and without going through the system, without getting that person vetted, and then the rescue finding out and saying, no, that's not how we do it. That's not how things work. And there's a reason for it. And that's why I wanted to spend a few minutes talking about the very important reason behind that, is that you want to find the right forever home for your animals. And they exist.
Absolutely. I mean, as you're aware, most animal rescues will have a clause in the adoption contract, right, that if it's not a good fit, the animal must come back to the rescue.
Right.
Just so that way we make sure the animal's in good hands, for a lot of reasons.
Right.
And it's really, we want to reduce the returns. It's better for an animal to be adopted, even take longer to be adopted out,
yes,
than it is to be constantly returned because it's not a good fit. So we want to avoid that at all possible. All
costs, exactly. So now let's talk a little bit, Alicia, about our fundraiser. So yes. Hugo Coffee. So this fundraiser we started on yesterday morning. So it's a 7-day fundraiser. It starts Monday and it ends midnight on this coming Sunday. And during the course of this week, I will donate $2.50 for every item sold on my website. It doesn't have to be coffee. If you like the hat, you don't drink coffee. If you like the mug, you don't drink coffee. Whatever, any item sold, I will donate $2.50 per item. And I write those checks on Monday mornings, or I Venmo on Monday mornings. And it's my favorite part of the week when I add up how much money I'm going to give and I Venmo it off, or I send that check off. And so the key here is we want to sell as much as possible so that I can write the biggest check possible on Monday. So let's say, for the sake of argument, let's just say we kill it, and because we're going to kill it. We want to kill it. We want to get that word out. Yes. So we kill it, and I write a check for $500 on Monday. What could CAWS do with $500?
CAWS could do a lot with $500. I mean, if you hop on over to our Facebook page, you'll see constant. We have almost a steady stream constantly of pets that are in need. That money goes directly. We're a completely nonprofit organization, so every penny that is given to CAWS goes directly to our pets. Our fosters all take care of the housing and things like that, but we really try to make sure that our fosters are provided with food and all the supplies that they need for those adoptable dogs and cats. Additionally, all of our animals do go out. When they're adopted, they must be neutered, fully up to date, shots, dewormed. That stuff gets very expensive very, very quickly. So it's nice to know we have that. We do bring in a lot of sick or senior dogs that require additional care. And we've also, if you check out our recent Facebook page, we actually recently had a dog that was hit by a train. With a train. He survived. He did really, really well, but the costs get very expensive. And so it's great to have the additional means to support those and to make sure that they have the best quality care possible.
Great. So here's the thing I want everyone to know. This is not like a one-off. So Hugo Coffee is in partnership now with CAWS. We want to do these fundraisers at least 2-3 times a year. We do them twice a month. Each time we do a fundraiser, it's a week-long online fundraiser benefiting a specific animal rescue. The purpose of these online fundraisers is to hit some of the smaller or medium-sized rescues and have an immediate impact. We also give to, the larger, the big boys. We give cash to the big boys, but we wanted to have an impact on the smaller and medium-sized animal rescues. And we love CAWS. We love everything you do. We love having a relationship with CAWS, and we are so excited about our first fundraiser. So now is the time for the call to action. So fans of CAWS, fans of Hugo, please go to www.hugo.coffee. Buy coffee, buy a mug, buy a hat, buy a t-shirt. I don't care what you buy. Make me write the biggest check I can on Monday morning.
Absolutely. Let's do it.
All right. Well, Alicia, fingers crossed that we kill it this week. We're going to do everything we can to get the word out, and we're going to try to sell as much as we can so I can write a big old check. And we'll see you again soon. We'll probably talk again in a few months and do this again. And next time, and go bigger and bigger every damn time.
We got it. I love it. Thank you so much, Claudia. We really appreciate the partnership and support from Hugo Coffee.
Oh, we're thrilled to do it. Thank you so much for being a partner with us.
Thank you.
Have a great week. Let's have a great week.